welcome back to my nail corner. Today I have a Triple D mani going on with a splash of Poshy nail designs. So hang in there with me while I get these colors on my nails. I have Moonlight, which is the white glow from Triple D. It was in last month, so April's Diva box, but has now released to the website. So if you don't have it already, you might want to snag that if you like a glow, if you like a white. It's awesome. It glows so brightly. I kind of forgot that I put the glow on and then went to bed last night, and those two fingers are like flashlights. They're so bright. I love it, love it, love it. I wish everything glowed. It seems kind of silly, and some people find it annoying to have a glow dip powder, but I love it. So if you're like me, make sure you snag this one because it's a good one. I'm going to need to get a bigger jar of this for sure. So that tool I'm using right there is the new Triple D Precision tool. And that is also available on the website now. It came in the May Diva box, so those of you who got that box got that tool a little bit earlier, and it's awesome. I know you guys have seen me use the water marble tool in the past, which is fine and does the trick, but this is my new love. It's a little bit more of a like slightly rounded tip. It's just the perfect precision tool. I can't even explain exactly why. It's just perfect. So if you don't have that yet or are in need of one, grab that. It is dual-ended, and the other end is like a pointed silicone tool, so it's perfect for cleaning up gel. So if you use gel top coat, gel base for your finish on your dip powder manis, or if you use the gel method, or if you just use gel polish, it's a great tool to have, as it's really important to be able to get uncured gel off of your skin to help avoid the development of gel allergies. So anyway, Precision tool is on the website. Moonlight is on the website. The other color I'll be using today is from the May Diva box, and it is not available for purchase on the website. I'm sorry if that's a tease to you guys. I always go back and forth, like, do I use the exclusive colors so that, you know, gals that were fortunate enough to get their hands on the box can see a mani inspiration with it, or is it just kind of mean? But I go to using it because it'll give inspiration to those of you who have it, and also you might have something similar in your arsenal, or maybe something totally different, but the format of the mani that I create maybe will trigger inspiration to use different colors. I often will see a mani and I'm like, I love the format of that or the concept or design, but I think of totally different colors that I would love to see it. Because sometimes I see manis that are gorgeous with like these, neon greens or bright, vibrant yellows, and I'm like, that would look horrible on my skin tone. However, if I made it pink or purple or blue or whatever is, drawing my attention at the moment, then it suits me and it makes my heart happy. So I hope that happens for you when you see this, even if I'm using a color that you can't get your hands on. So this is Diva Dip 21, I believe, and it's just a beautiful like aqua shimmer. It totally has like summer pool vibes to me, and it turned out really pretty. And so as soon as I pulled this out and swatched it, I had an idea to use these Waterslide decals that I had on hand and had been wanting to use for a while. And if I'm being real with you guys, I haven't used I have quite a few water slides accumulated from ordering from Poshy Nail, and I don't pull them out a ton because I've messed up a couple times using them, or not have had a smooth application, or just not been happy with the end result of my application. And so I've hesitated, but you know what? Like, practice makes pretty, right? That's what I've always said. And practice and patience make pretty, and that's what I want to live for you guys. I want to represent that, like, it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to go super smoothly, but I'm going to keep trying until I figure it out. If it's something that I want to do and I want to see on my nails, then I'm going to keep trying. Like, it's just nails, right? Worst case scenario, it gets screwed up, and guess what? Nobody notices but me. So I'm going to finish up 2 dips of this color and cap and clear. then file and buff off camera, and then I'm going to come back and apply some water slides. So hang in there and you can see whether I had a good or bad experience this time. And again, it's totally based on my just figuring it out. The water slides they're awesome. I love the design she comes out with, and they perform really well when I get it right. So hang in there and I will walk you through that process in just a few minutes. So there wasn't a ton of filing and buffing to do. Like I've said before, if you have good liquids and smooth powders, I find the application is just super smooth, so I just did a little cleanup of my shape. I am really enjoying these shorties right now, so they may hang around for a while. And now I'm going to get into this Waterslide application. So I pulled out the decals I wanted and cut them into, or I cut out the shape of, the piece, the colored piece. And then you want to go ahead and soak it in a little dish of water. I have this tool out that's also from the Triple D website. It's a slice on one side, a slicer on one side, and then a brush on the other. So that brush can be used for builder gel or whatever you want to use it for. The slicer spatula kind of tool was made to go with the 3D molding gel that came in the Diva box a little while back. So I guess that was in April. I am going to apply gel base to my nail, and I apologize, you guys. I was out of frame for like a good amount of this, and I feel so terrible. After I filed and buffed and washed my hands, I put my phone back in the camera mount, and it's on like a swing arm, and I must have just pushed it slightly forward because my hand is kind of where it usually would be, but my camera was pushed forward. So my apologies, but I hope you can get enough from me talking through this of what I was doing. So I am applying gel base because I like to do that. I cure for 30 seconds and then gel base has a tacky surface, so it helps my Waterslide decal like stick where I want it to. You can just apply it right on top of your dip powder if you want to. You can use a sticky base coat from like Maniology that's just regular nail polish sticky base coat. You can also use like a protein bond, so Young Nail Protein Bond, Triple D Ultra Bond, Mia Secret Extra Bond, because all of those give you a tacky surface. So it's up to you, it's your preference as to what products you like to use. And then I'm using a jelly stamper to just pick up that Waterslide decal. I I like patted it gently on the paper towel so that I would remove any excess water, and then just pressed it down on my nail where I wanted it. This is a little just makeup sponge, and I was using that to press it down. Now I obviously dried off the Waterslide, so it becomes like, I don't know, like really thin, like tissue paper almost, so it's pretty delicate. And I didn't want to press too much too hard, so I went ahead and moistened the sponge, which seems counterproductive because you just dried it off. I dried it off because I didn't want water under it on my nail, but to put a little bit of moisture on the sponge, I felt like it helped it kind of stretch into place gently, if that makes sense. Just give it a little bit of moisture, and then it just laid down really nice and perfectly. I often, when I do this, have a struggle with just wrinkles because my nail is so curved. I have a pretty strong C curve, so that sponge just being a little moist seemed to really help. Now I just put a tiny bit of acetone on that brush, and I wish you could see, maybe you can, just a tiny bit there. I'm just tapping the brush along the free edge of my nail and then around the edges for anywhere that there's excess Waterslide decal. You do not need much acetone on your brush, like the tiniest amount, and it will just cut right through and melt away the excess Waterslide decal. So I found that really helpful to just clean up around the edges, and then just like I said, tap on the free edge, and then it just kind of cut it right off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that application to my next nail. Now that I've talked you through it once, you'll know what you're seeing, at least in part. Again, I'm so sorry, and now that this has happened, I'll be more aware of where I replace the camera next time, and hopefully show you better what I'm doing. But I'm going ahead with my gel base again, and I'm going to go ahead and apply a decal to that second nail, and then I will come back with you guys in a minute. Alright, so now that I have those Waterslides placed where I want them, I'm going to go ahead and finish off with my top coat application. I am using gel products today, so I am applying gel base first, then curing for 30 seconds, and then applying gel top coat. I do this because gel top coat does not like to adhere very well to a smoothly buffed surface, and that's how I like my dip powder to be smoothly buffed. So if you apply gel base first, then it gives the top coat something to really grab onto, and I find that that keeps my gel top coat from peeling. So keep that in mind if you've had that experience. Now, I'm probably imagining, and not probably, I imagine that several of you might be wondering how to do this process with just dip powder, like dip liquids. And I have to say, I'm not 100% sure the best way to do that. If I was going to approach it personally, I would probably use, like I said, the Maniology sticky base if I wanted a base coat. Like I said, it's not necessary. You don't have to have it. To apply the water slide, I would apply the water slide to that or just to my dip powder nail. And then the question comes in for me about your top coat. So what I would do is carefully apply dip base and do a dip in clear over the Waterslide decal. What that is going to allow you to do then is to buff that smooth, activate the clear dip powder, and then do your top coat. I guess activate, buff it, then activate again and do your dip top coat, because your dip top coat needs activator, and I would be quite confident in saying that if you applied activator straight to your Waterslide decal, it's gonna like disintegrate. I think that the chemical constitution of activator would just probably eat away at the design. So that would be my recommendation if you wanted to go with dip powder application and dip liquids only, is that I would go ahead, apply your Waterslide, then your dip base and do a dip in clear, and then go ahead and finish off with your dip top coat application. So hopefully that answers questions for you guys. I always like to have the option for gel or for dip liquids. Some people use gels because they get dip flu, and some people like to use dip products because they have a gel allergy, or they're just not comfortable using the lamp, or whatever the case may be, or maybe they just don't have the lamp. Whatever the case may be, hopefully that gives you an answer to how you would do it both ways. And I am going to finish up my top coat application here. I loved the way that this turned out. Honestly, when I saw the Diva dip, I was like, oh, I think that would go really cute with the decal I have from Poshy. But I didn't realize, like, until I pulled it out, like the Poshy, I have a drawer with all of my Poshy water slides. When I pulled it out, it just matched. It made my heart so happy. It matched so much better than even I envisioned in my head. So I was super happy with it. And I just love these nails. So I hope you guys do too. It felt very like head into summer kind of vibes. We had a really nice week here in Washington. It was in the 70s. I got my first little sunburn, and now it's 52 degrees and cloudy outside, and I have my fireplace on because I was chilly. So that is just spring in the Pacific Northwest for you. So I'm finishing up by hydrating my cuticles with my Candi skincare Cuticle Candy. There is a discount code in the description box below for Candi skincare and lots of other products, so make sure you check out my link if you need a discount. So that is the finished look, and this is the glow. I love it so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this today. I hope you learned something new, and please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Those things help me to continue producing content for you. I will see you in my next vid. Bye now.